After back-to-back breakdowns in Spain, we were ready to give up on our van, but with it running again, we took a leap of faith and hit the road from Bilbao to Valencia. Of course, things didn't go quite as smoothly as we hoped, and as if breakdowns weren't enough, the Guardia Civil stopped us, raided our van and searched us for illegal goods. Was this trip a good idea, or are we in for more trouble?
Our trip has finally started and we are back on the road. We are just taking a little break right now because if anybody knows Spain, trying to leave the Basque Country to get to inland Spain is an absolute nightmare. The hills are just hills on top of hills. We went there for maybe 30 minutes, 8% hill on top of another 8% hill on top of another 8% hill. Fergus was getting very hot, so we've just come to this little car park where we are going to sit for the next 10-15 minutes just to let Fergus cool down before hitting the road, and I think we should be at our park up in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Fingers crossed. Just before we leave, Annie is checking
On the hills to see which route is less hilly, because we've already gone through such a torture and I don't want Fergus to be suffering.
Come on, Fergie. We are trying to find somewhere to have lunch and Google Maps is taking us all over the place.
It's taking us to roads that are not allowed.
We're back and forth on ourselves, we don't know where we're going. 2 weeks in.
We have no idea where we are. Google Maps is taking us through the back roads of a back road. This is just crazy. This is meant to be a very nice park up by a river. But it's such a struggle to get to it, so wish us luck.
We have made it to our first stop of this road trip, and that is a little place here in 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗟𝗏, and as you can see, Fergus is nestled behind us in the trees. This is just going to be a quick stop to have something to eat because we have been on the road now for probably 3 hours. Shouldn't take anybody 3 hours to get here, but the fact that we have to come through all the mountains in the Basque Country, and then there is a huge mountain that you have to drive around, and it just kills time. So we are here now and he's going to cook something. I'm going to go off and explore. It's good to stretch your legs. So I just come back from my little walk around and I see Annie at the back of Fergus with the toolbox out, and I was like, oh god, what is wrong now? But no, she is only putting the toolbox away. What do you think of the first drive?
I thought it was very good. I'm so proud. Fergus made it to the mountains of the Basque Country. They were lethal. Crazy. Yeah, it was like 10%, 12%, 8%. I'm like, are you ever gonna give Fergus a break?
So thankfully Fergus has made it through the Basque Country and now we're here. And it's time just to relax for about an hour before we hit the road again, and we make another hour before we get to our park up. And we're just a little bit closer to the coast.
And just like that, dinner is served. We have taken some delicious lentils with us. Here's your plate.
Thank you very much. Oh, gee, great.
Yeah,
it's hot.
Yeah, very hot. Enjoy.
Thank you. So initially we had planned to stay here for tonight, but because it's nice weather and everything, we're going to hit the road again, and we're probably going to go 50 to 60 kilometers away to the city of Logroño, and that is where we're going to park up for tonight. And that just means we're a little bit closer to our final destination, and tomorrow hit the road and we can go another 200 kilometers. So let's hit the road. I wouldn't like to meet a car here. We have made it to our park up here for tonight in Logroño. Now, we have been here before, probably about a year ago. We passed through here and we stopped here for the night. So we knew it was a nice park up, so that's why we decided that we'd stop by again tonight and park up here. There is loads of vans around us, all from the UK, from Germany, so there is a big gathering of vans here. We want to get set up, relax for the evening because we had a long drive today, and hit the hay early enough tonight and get ourselves ready for a big drive tomorrow. There is the co-pilot.
I'm so sleepy. So we are just going for a walk to stretch our legs after a long day of driving. It feels so good to be back in the van. It feels so autumny. Look at the amount of leaves everywhere, and it's sort of a bit chilly. So it's like a 27-minute walk into the town of Logroño. So we're just gonna go for a walk around this area, which seems pretty nice. We're just outside of the town, so let's see what we find.
We'll walk for as long as we can. We are walking into Logroño right now, and currently we are crossing the Ebro River, and this is where you can get the really big catfish. So let's go fishing for catfish.
Is there anything more Spanish than 𝗦𝗨𝗣𝗣𝗢𝗡? This shop that is so bright and is opened at crazy hours at night. Home sweet home. The brush always falls. In there. And for dinner we are just having a little bit of Spanish empanada. We don't really fancy cooking tonight, so it's just gonna be an early one, so tomorrow we are fresh and ready to do another big chunk of Spain in the van. Good morning guys, it's a beautiful day here in Logroño. We had such a quiet night, but as soon as we got out of the van, because Shane is doing an engine check before we hit the road, we have just found out that our van is covered in some mysterious purple bird shit. Hi.
Our van got destroyed. So this is what our van looks like this morning.
We missed all that.
Something was up there.
Oh, look at the nest. Is that it? Is that a nest?
How did he get here? If the nest is there,
Oh,
it's all
God.
here.
Even the tree is covered.
You're going to have to get cleaning.
I know. Oh God. Okay, it's coming off. I think that because it hasn't been. Oh! Oh, disgusting! That's massive! Shit, don't get that!
Oh, you got on my shoe!
I feel like getting sick.
So we have made it to our first stop of today here in central Spain, and to be honest, we do not really like central Spain. There is nothing to do here. It's just constant driving and driving and driving, yellow fields, dusty roads, and we have come to this little park up here. We found on Park tonight. It's right beside a park. You have a camper van area right over here with water and facilities to empty your toilets, and there's also toilets here on site. So we just stopped here, have a bite to eat before making our journey on about another 100 kilometers, getting closer to the coast. So we are just racing through the centre of Spain to get to the coast because, quite frankly, it's pretty boring here.
When you drive through the middle of Spain, you wonder what life is like out here. There is nothing for kilometers and kilometers and kilometers, and then you drive by a town where you literally see nobody. It's just so different and so hard to think what life would be like
I
here.
don't know how anybody can do it. I'm sorry, I couldn't. So, we have made it to our park up for tonight in this little town called
Cariñenas.
I can't pronounce these Spanish names, but we have made it here, not without a little bit of difficulty. So we thought we had the temperature sorted. Sometimes the hand goes down, sometimes it doesn't, so I don't know if it's like the thermostat or if it's air getting into the system or what the problem is, but we are part of a WhatsApp group chat in Spain for T3s, and we put a message in, and we have got a message from a guy near Valencia, and that's where we're going. So we are planning on meeting up with him tomorrow or Friday. Depending
Today's Wednesday,
depending on how long it takes. It's about 280 kilometers from here, so we are going to make it to there, and we are going to test Fergus, check what the problem is, and see can he give us a hand and get it back up on the road. It's driving perfectly, we just don't know what the issue is. As you can see, this town is so busy.
Wow, just be careful in the crowd here. Inland Spain is literally empty. In Spanish we actually call it empty Spain, and you can see why.
There's nothing.
There's literally nothing. At least you feel safe.
Not really, because there's nobody around here if anything happens.
Well, yeah, safe as in like nobody's gonna attack you. Hola, sí, llamaba para ver si tendríais un recambio de un termostato para una Volkswagen T3.
Good morning guys, we have started the day by calling a few car parts places looking for a thermostat for Fergus. Now we think this could be the issue that is causing the temperature to fluctuate, so we have found one which is 130 kilometers away. We're going to be passing it anyway, so let's go pick it up, and hopefully this evening we can meet this guy and put it in, and fingers crossed solves all our issues.
This is when things got really interesting. As we drove through the middle of nowhere, we suddenly encountered a random police checkpoint. Of course, they pulled us over and proceeded to search the entire van, and even searched ourselves for drugs everywhere. And when we say everywhere, we mean everywhere. They were searching for drugs and even warned us that if we confessed to having any, the fine would be reduced by half. They asked for our passports, demanded all the camper van documents, and even requested a list of the materials we'd used to build the van. Honestly, despite having nothing to hide, we were definitely on edge.
What an experience that was. We are coming through the middle of Spain. I don't even know what the name of this town is. It's tiny. We come to a roundabout. There is probably 30 to 40 policemen. They pull Fergus in. They make us get out. We have to stand up against the van like this. We get searched. They pat us down. Take everything out of our pockets. They go into the van. They raid through the whole entire van. They open our wallets. They open our bags. They open everything. I don't know what they're like. Have you taken any drugs in the last 4 days?
These are the hippie van.
So saw the hippie van. They're like, geez, these are two hippies. Yeah, that was an experience. We were we were nervous. We're like, there's nothing in the van, but what could they get? So now it's time to hit the road again and get on the road. After 136 kilometers of a drive,
A police check.
a police search,
A very intense one.
a police raid, we have made it to this car parts place behind us right now. So we're going to go in, get a thermostat, get some coolant, and possibly look for a temperature sensor in case that is the problem. So time to go do some shopping. So we have got our bits and pieces. We have a new thermostat, and we got 5 litres of coolant, so all that for €23. Now it's time to park up for a bit, have some lunch, and then go to this guy's house and try to fit this. We have made it to our park up for today, well, just for lunch. We have parked up here in 𝗙𝗏𝗧, and as you can see, Fergus' Spanish cousin is right behind us. We're going to stay here for about an hour, and then we're going to hit the road. It's 130 kilometers to where we can meet up with this guy and get Fergus hopefully fixed with this new thermostat, and we should be good to go. Touch wood, today he drove flawlessly from Cariñas to 𝗙𝗏𝗧, so fingers crossed everything else goes as smoothly.
Just some peppers here.
A plate full of peppers.
Oh, we are so hungry. We haven't had breakfast. And after driving so much and getting raided by the police.
Would you look at that for a feed?
5-star service, I know. We've checked the weather for Valencia, and it's given a pretty bad storm for today and tomorrow. And as we are driving to Valencia, you can just see that we are literally driving into the rain.
Welcome to a rainy Valencia. We have made it all the way from the north coast all the way down to Valencia. I don't know how many kilometers. How many kilometers do we do? Like 600 or 700 kilometers in 2 days. So Fergie is absolutely flying. And on a better note, we have figured out what the problem was with the temperature, and that was caused by a loose connection on the temperature sensor. We met up with a guy, he knows all about T3s, and he found it in under 5 seconds. We felt
so stupid.
From the videos it might look like I know what I'm doing. Yeah, well, I don't. But this guy found it out in 5 seconds. Never felt as stupid in all my life. We have drove from Bilbao to Valencia with a dodgy temperature, not knowing what the problem was, and he fixed it in 5 seconds. So
also we have a lot of coolant and an extra thermostat in the van.
So we bought extra coolant thinking we might have to bleed the system. We have probably 7 litres of coolant now. Thermostat, we don't need any of it, but fingers crossed nothing else goes wrong, and we're going to enjoy a nice evening here in Valencia in the rain, and tomorrow make our way into the city. So this here is a cool little park up we found on Park for Night, completely free in the middle of Valencia, well, just outside it, but you have a big massive car park here, you have playground and all here, so we are going to stay here for the night and then make our way in. I am so tired after driving all those kilometers in Fergus. If anybody drives the T3, they know it's not easy, and especially at 1.6, a kilometer feels like 10 kilometers. So we've had a long day. We have been driving since 9 AM this morning and it is now 7. So we have had a long day. When you are driving from northern Spain all the way down to the south, it is probably the most boring drive you can ever do in your life. There is absolutely nothing between Bilbao and Valencia. The cities are just, they're dry, dusty, brown. They're not even nice. There's towns where there's probably 3 people living in them. We didn't enjoy the drive down at all. And here is the co-pilot.
Hi.
Chilling.
So tired after driving.
After what?
After sitting here, doing nothing.
Sitting here, keeping the seat nice and warm.
No, I'm telling you left and right, and the wrong directions.
I'm right and left.
I'm dyslexic.
But the good news is, the temperature hand is working.
Also, for all of you that were saying that it was time for Fergus to go to the scrapyard, he's made it to Valencia. He only needed a little bit of faith. And to the ones that said that Fergus was ready for the adventure, yeah, you're right.
You know what this beast is capable of. No, probably not. Don't say that because touch wood, nothing happens, but you never know.
After working with this guy that has helped us, the van is an absolute mess, so we are going to tidy up, but I just wanted to show you how bad Fergus looks right now.
And we are back to our classic of having pizza in a pan. Oh yes.
After a very long day of driving, I think it's so funny how Shane is excited about having pizza in a pan at like 10 o'clock outside of Valencia.
Little bit bored.
Oh god.
I'll take that one.
No, I can take it, you drove, honestly.
No.
It's even worse. It only gets better.
Good morning guys, we have woke up here at our park up. We had an incredible night's sleep, but that is the longest I've ever slept because I am so tired from doing all that driving. Driving the slow van is not easy, and we didn't get up till like after 9:30, which is unusual for us, but we are packed up, ready to go, and we will probably head into Valencia now. We're going to go find a park up and get the train into the city and explore the city today. But thank God I only have to do 20 kilometers, not 280 like yesterday, 300 like yesterday.
We are here in the Ágora building in the middle of the City of Arts and Science in Valencia. It's been a very relaxed day walking around Valencia. I have just got ourselves tickets for a film, a projection film in the Hemisphere building in 55 minutes, so we're really looking forward to that. It's about the dark side of the moon, so let's go to see what it's like. And just like that, we are in the Hemispheric, about to watch a film in a dome about the moon with Pink Floyd music. This is so random. Yeah. Tickets were only $8.70. So
there's no talking, it's just music.
And I was asking for the English audio guide for him. They could see that I can understand Spanish. Perdón.
We have just got out of the Hemisphere cinema, and it was such a cool experience. We were here 7 years ago, but it was cool to come back here. It was like a space show.
It felt like you were floating. You were just in the galaxy floating. It was really cool.
So we're back out. It is nice and cool right now. It was like 30 degrees when we went in, and we were just walking around Valencia here at the, what is it called, the Arts and Science.
The City of Arts and Science.
City of Arts and Science, surrounded by palm trees.
Looks like, it feels like LA, doesn't it?
Feels like we're walking through LA.
And just like that, after a quick 15-minute train, we are back in the van. We are in this car park outside of Valencia, and there's another camper van right there, and we are really glad that we are not here on our own. There's gonna be a massive storm coming tomorrow. There's a red warning for rain, so hopefully there's no floods where we are. Additionally, we are coming in with something. As I said earlier on, Shane wasn't feeling his best and we thought it was because he was driving so much. Now I'm sick as anything.
And we know it's not from the driving.
No.
So stay tuned for next week's video because we are going to